Hey everybody, today we're in Landrum, South Carolina at Campbell's Covered Bridge. You may ask, why is this bridge special? Because it's the only covered bridge still left in South Carolina. So y'all ready to go see it?
All right.
Can't be more excited than that. Yes, you want to go see
Yes,
it.
yes.
It don't matter. It's a glorious day. Let's get started. So the sign says this is ran by the Greenville County Parks, Recreation, and Tourism. It says enjoy your park. The hours are April through September. They're open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and October through March open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then it just gives you the rules of the land right there. So and even though it's a little grown up today, they do have benches up there that you can go sit on if you want to just sit up there and enjoy looking at the bridge. Huh? Oh yeah, that's cool. So they do not allow cars to drive over this anymore. So if you want to cross it, you got to walk it. So this says Campbell's Covered Bridge. This bridge, built in 1909, is the last extant covered bridge in South Carolina, built by Charles Irwin Willis, 1878 to 1966. It was named for Alexander Lafayette Campbell, 1836 to 1920, who owned and operated a grist mill here for many years, measuring 35 feet long and 12 feet wide. It is an excellent example of a four-span howe truss featuring diagonal timbers and vertical iron rods. So it's really, really pretty. And I like that it's red too, because red's one of my favorite colors. And that just brings out the beauty of the bridge, I believe. And as you can tell, it does have graffiti in it. People think they got to carve stuff into it. But that's everywhere you go now, unfortunately. That's the ceiling. That's the boards down there. You see they have an old wishing well over here. I've got the lid closed, and sometimes it's just better to let things stay closed because you might see something you don't want to see. So this says Campbell's Covered Bridge. In the earliest of times, the rock shoal upstream of the bridge was used as a ford until a flat bridge was built across Beaver Dam Creek. On Monday, August 24th, 1908, starting at 7 p.m., 20 inches of rain fell during the next 24 hours. The freshet washed out the bridge, and local residents again used the ford to cross. Charles Irwin Willis built the current 35 feet long by 12 feet wide bridge on land owned by Alexander Lafayette Campbell. Willis let the truss ends follow the natural lay of the land and then built the rest of the bridge to fit. Therefore, the bridge is not square or plumb. And as you can tell, it looks a little crooked right there if you look at it from this angle. So the bridge has a four-house truss on each side, crisscrossing braces with vertical tie rods called king posts. William Howe from Spencer, Massachusetts, patented his new truss design in 1840, and it was commonly used for railroad bridges. The truss absorbs and transfers the passing vehicle's weight to the rock abutments on each end of the bridge. The bridge was restored in 1964 with the cooperation of the Crescent Community Club, and again in 1990 by Greenville County. In 1951, Pleasant Hill Road was rerouted around the bridge, and in 1984, Campbell's Covered Bridge was closed to vehicle traffic. Downstream from the bridge, Mr. Campbell operated a corn grist mill. In 1938, Joseph Daniel Smith built a new corn grist mill at the same site. He built a dam on the rock shoal about 75 feet upstream of the bridge, drilling into the rock to stabilize the dam structure. The dam created a mill pond, and water was carried from the pond to the mill in a race fashion from 30-gallon steel barrels that passed through the bridge abutment. Originally, the mill was powered by an overshot water wheel and later by a side shot turbine wheel with a vertical shaft. The mill was closed in the 1950s. The foundations of the mill and the Smith House from 1938 are visible downstream of the bridge. In 1979, EO Productions filmed a scene here for the movie The Day of Judgment. The film was set in the early 1900s and included a scene of an avenging angel riding a horse out of the bridge to take justice. The bridge is often photographed and featured in upstate South Carolina tourism guides. So from down here, you can hear the water just flowing right on down. And they have these beautiful steps that you can go down to it if you'd like to. I don't want to, but, you know, if you want to. And then over here, this is by far the cutest little chair and bench that I have ever seen made out of stone. That's so precious. Anyway, this says Campbell's Covered Bridge. Many generations of area residents have treasured Campbell's Covered Bridge as a local icon and place to enjoy Beaver Dam Creek on a hot day, meet neighbors while your corn was ground, or as a quiet place to court your sweetheart. There are many stories of family picnics, engagement proposals, and photographs of friends at Campbell's Covered Bridge. It was a place to weather a sudden storm or pull the motor out of a pickup truck. So this side is a tribute to Stella. So this is obviously Stella right here. And it says, Stella M. Atkins felt strongly that the cherished bridge needed to be preserved for the future. So in 1975, she bought the bridge. The old Smith House, the grits mill, and surrounding acreage, adding it to the land of the Atkins family bought in 1968. In 1933, at the age of 12, Stella went to the Campbell girls to water their mules. Well, she didn't go to the Campbell. She went with the Campbell girls to water their mules at the bridge. Stella's mount bent down to drink and slid Stella off its neck into the creek and mud. The Campbell girls washed her dress so she wouldn't get in trouble at home. In 1992, her grandson, William Travis Pittman, transformed the house and garden by creating the majority of stone masonry that still exists. He added many geological surprises by embedding them into the steps, walls, and patio spaces. Unfortunately, in 2001, the house and Travis antique collection perished in a fire, but the bridge continued to be an attraction even when the road was relocated and the bridge was cut off from vehicle traffic. In 1991, Stella gave part of the property to her daughter Sylvia, a pitman, with instructions to save Campbell's covered bridge for the future. Sylvia did as her mother wanted by working with Greenville County and interested historic groups to keep the bridge in good shape and allowing many visitors. Sylvia, like her mother, also had a spill in the creek at 12 and a long-term appreciation for Campbell's covered bridge. Sylvia started with the gift of 1.47 acres, then purchased another 1.47 acres from her sister Janelle Duncan and other adjoining acreage for a total of almost 15 acres. Sylvia A. Pittman sold the bridge and acreage in 2008 to the Greenville County Recreational District with instructions for it to be developed as an official public historic site and be preserved for future generations. So that's who we have to thank for this beautiful, beautiful thing still being out here so we can enjoy it. And, you know, it's just really special because you don't see these things. And like I say, it's the last one still standing in South Carolina. Apparently there was 30 at one time. So, and it's just amazing. Here it is, 2022, to still be able to walk across something that's so old. And it's in relatively good shape too, I would say. And if you'd like to have a picnic, this is the picnic area right here. You see the picnic tables, the benches, and this, I just love this little chair. So I guess it's a good thing I didn't try to go into that down there. I might have slid into the creek also, and we don't want that to happen. I wonder if these were the original rocks because they are the devil to get back up. They are just laid out all kind of weird ways. I guess that would be like an overlook over there, so I'll just stay down here. Well, I'm not staying down here, obviously, I'm going up, but I'll go up the regular path. Oh, they got shells from the beach here, too. Okay, so now we are in, it's still the Landrum Traveler's Rest area, showing up two different ways on the GPS, so I don't actually know where this is, if it's Traveler's Rest or Landrum. But anyway, now we are at Poinsett State Bridge. It's not State Bridge, I'm getting confused with the state park. But anyway, it's Poinsett Bridge, and it is the oldest bridge in the state of South Carolina and possibly in the southeast. So are you ready to see it?
Yes.
Obviously, Mom's not because she stayed in the car. So since this is part of the Heritage Preserve, it's got the rules up there on the trees telling what it is. This over here is the parking lot. And then you have to walk across the road to get to the bridge. And I do not like walking across roads, so. Anyway, they have this nice sidewalk over here so you can just walk down safely. So you come to this lovely marker. It says this bridge on the state road from Greenville to Asheville was built in 1820 by Abram Blandon, Acting Commissioner, Board of Public Works, Joel Poinsett, President. Marker placed by Nathaniel Green, Chapter Daughters of the American Revolution. So they do have some trails here. I'm going to see if I can see the bridge really good from this side because the other side's just the devil to try to get down. So this side might possibly be easier. You see like a beautiful waterfall down there. It's not a big one, but it's still a waterfall. And you can kind of see the bridge from over here. So Dad said he was not coming down, but here he comes anyway. What you think of it? Just looks okay. I think it's beautiful. Anyway, it is thought that this bridge was possibly designed by Robert Mills because it's got some of the looks of his work apparently, or either they have found some drawings that he did and it looked a lot like the bridge. This might be a good shot. No.
I know.
And so now we're gonna walk across the bridge. I guess somebody was having some kind of ritual right there. You're right ahead. I ain't trying to conjure up no spirits or anything. But anyway, this bridge is named after Joel Poinsett, and that's also who Poinsett State Park in Wedgeville is named after. And as you probably know, he's the one that's responsible for bringing the poinsettia to the United States. You can't really see it at all on this side. Okay, so I looked up a little bit of information while I've been standing here. It says that the Gothic arch is 14 foot tall, and it spans over 130 foot over Little Gap Creek, and it used to be the road from Columbia to Saluda Mountain. So there's your South Carolina history for you today. You can kind of see through it. So it looks like one of these worms is calling it home. A dead spider. Some moss. So there's the other side of the bridge, and I got some steps leading down to it, but I don't know if I want to go down them. That's a shame too, because you can get really good pictures from this side. But not today. So you can just imagine back in time all the horses and buggies and everything else just clopping across that bridge. And who would have thought we'd still be here over 200 years later looking at it. It's like 202 years old now. So what's that say? That means that's really, really good workmanship. Craftsmanship, or whatever you'd like to say it is. So if you come back out to the road and walk down the little pathway right there, you can kind of see it pretty good here. I'd like to go down there, but my biggest thing is if I get down there, how am I going to get back up? If they had some handrails, I really would chance it. So, what did y'all think of the only covered bridge left in South Carolina and the oldest bridge in South Carolina?
Great.
I thought so too. I mean, you know, that's just history right there. Because the Campbell's covered bridge is over 100 years old, and the Poinsett bridge is 202 years old. So it's not every day you can say you walk across something that old. So,
But they can't make them that way anymore.
no.
They knew what they were doing back then.
Yeah. It's just amazing that they're still standing after all these years. So, I mean, whatever they did worked. So, I think I'm going to wrap it up there for this video. So, I hope you enjoyed the look at Campbell's Covered Bridge and Poinsett Bridge. Both of them are in the upstate of South Carolina. So if you're near Highway 11, that's scenic Highway 11, you're looking at any of the state parks in South Carolina, you might want to just swing by and check these out. It's a good little side thing to do. Or if you're just really into bridges, come and see the bridges. So that's going to do it. So what you say, Mom?
Always said, subscribe. It's free.
That's right. It's free to subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. You don't even have to watch my videos. If you don't want to, just hit the subscribe button and just pass it on by. But I think my videos are pretty educational and entertaining most of the time.
Well, if you don't watch it, you miss what she said.
That's right, because you'll never know what's coming out my mouth. But anyway, have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
You gonna say bye?
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.